This is Sportscentre.
Hey, I'm Marissa Bird on this Digital Sports Center presented by Montana's Barbecue and Bar. And that's right, we are on location from LA. This is the iconic Los Angeles Coliseum right behind me. But that's not the only place we've been. You know, we trekked up there to get this great shot of the Hollywood sign. We are committed to getting our steps in anytime we're on location anywhere. Where I am right now is where the Canadian men's soccer team is going to be practicing just a few hours from now as they prepare for the Nations League semifinal against Mexico. We're gonna get to that game a little later in the show, but we gotta start on the ice. And while fans around these parts have been enjoying a nice little 5-game win streak from the LA Kings, the Leafs and Flames are on the other side of that coin as they limp into tonight's battle at rock bottom. After a ridiculously hot stretch in February that saw the Leafs only lose one game, February fire appears to have brought March ire. That is a very clever line from our own Jeffrey Hall. Since their March 3rd loss to the lowly Sharks, they've only managed to win one of their last 6 games, which is tough to say out loud, okay? I don't like it, especially the teams they've been losing against. It makes me sick. For the Flames, it's been rough for even longer, though. They've managed to win 5 of the last 15, and to add a little salt into the wound, they also found out their captain, Mikael Backlund, will be missing time on a week-to-week basis. Not good for a team trying to battle their way into a wildcard spot. And they currently sit 2 points out of that. But come on, someone has to win this game, right? Well, recent history would certainly favor the Leafs, as they won the last 5 matchups against the Flames. Most recently earning a 6-3 victory off the back of William Nylander. William! As he got a hat trick in that matchup. The betting odds seem to think it's the Leafs tonight as well, as FanDuel has them as a -215 favorite, with the total set at 5.5. Despite these two teams scoring at least 7 goals in 5 of the last 6 matchups. And you know, with it being St. Patrick's Day, we had to see the iconic green Toronto St. Pat's jerseys. The one sure bet is that you will be seeing 2 desperate teams on the ice tonight. But desperation breeds prosperity? You can print that on a t-shirt. Time now for Underdog Moments presented by Under Armour. And with Selection Sunday happening yesterday, it's time to dive deep into the brackets. Over the next month in this segment, we're going to be going hard at both the men's and women's tournament and present underdog teams that are ready to shock the world. But today we're going to look at the men's tournament and hit you with some data because we need you well informed before picking the right underdog in those brackets. Over the last decade, parity has taken over the men's tourney as we've seen double-digit seeds in the Final Four of the last 8 years. The lowest seed to ever make a Final Four is an 11th seed, which has actually happened 6 times. NC State did it last year, and before them, UCLA in 2021. That campus is actually around here somewhere, even though we're technically closer to USC. Loyola Chicago in 2018, Sissy G, where you at? BCU in 2011, George Mason in 2006, and LSU way back in '86. But let's stick with those 11 seeds, because the 11-6 upset is the most likely upset in the men's tournament, happening 39.1% of the time, with the more popular 12-5 upset right behind it. The dogs are barking. The least likely upset, obviously, is the 116, which has only happened twice. But those 2 teams were massive underdogs. 2018 UMBC against Virginia, and 2023 Fairleigh Dickinson over Zach Edey's Purdue team. And if you want to go all chalk, you better think again. I mean, this segment's called Underdog Moments, not favored moments, as only once has 4 number 1 seeds made the Final Four. Back in 2008, when UNC, UCLA, Memphis, and Kansas did it. And this next set is so crazy, but when in doubt, go with the blue team. In the last 20 years, only 2 teams have won the tournament that didn't have blue as part of their primary color scheme in their uniform. Louisville in 2013 and Baylor in 2021. Blue! Okay, I don't know. I feel like I also wear blue today. We're feeling this. Let's go blue. But not Michigan go blue, just blue in general. Okay, now the reason we are here in LA, as Canada Soccer will be taking on Mexico in the Nations League semifinal Thursday from SoFi Stadium. And yeah, we're standing outside the LA Coliseum where they're practicing, but that doesn't mean we couldn't get you this cool SoFi Stadium shot. Because we hustle on the road, okay? So Canada will be practicing here in just a few hours, and I'll be there watching practice and making content over the next few days, and we cannot wait for Thursday's game. Over the last few meetings, it's been pretty even with Mexico, but Canada slightly has the upper hand, with 2 draws, 1 in a friendly and 1 in a World Cup qualifier, and Canada, of course, winning another World Cup qualifier in Edmonton. Everyone remembers the iconic snow game. Are you kidding me? What an epic moment that we will forever remember. And if Canada wins Thursday, they'll have a chance to win the CONCACAF Nations League Sunday, potentially against the Americans, at a time when tensions between these 2 countries could not be higher. But the US need to get through Panama first, which honestly is no easy task. 2, the association and the Raptors finally lost a game, but the damage may already be done. Last night's loss to Portland snapped a 3-game win streak, but they're 6-2 in their last 8. And I hate even saying this because I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea, but they're now the 11th spot in the East, and 4.5 games behind the Bulls for the final play-in spot. I know I don't need to be mentioning play-in, we gotta be focused on the draft, but this is just the reality. But when looking at the standings at the bottom of the NBA, they now have the 7th worst record, as Philly and Brooklyn have passed them over the last week or so, meaning tonight's game against Phoenix truly is a must-lose. But Phoenix hasn't looked good lately either. And the problem looking forward is that the Raptors still have the easiest remaining strength of schedule the rest of the way, with Washington, Charlotte, Brooklyn, Philly, Chicago, and the Spurs all still on the schedule. You can watch the Raps and Suns tonight on TSN. Covering is at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific. But before that, be sure to tune in to We the North, from prehistoric to historic, an amazing talk that takes you inside the last 30 years of Raptors basketball, focusing on the We the North era and the rise to the 2019 title. Which is crazy because the last time I was in LA was when they won in 2019. I was here all by my lonesome celebrating the streets. That's it for me today. Reagan will be filling in tomorrow, but don't worry, you will still see me in the show. We're tag teaming this, baby. See you then.